Alright, back with another video, finally, after about 6 months. My name is Bodum11716, and I last made a video end of August. It's pretty cold, and it's not too windy right now, so hopefully it stays this way. It's just kind of cold. But my last video was August, I think 19th or something. Yeah, it should be 19th, maybe 20th, I don't know. Late August is when I made my last video, and I just rewatched that video yesterday so I could know what to recap on and what to talk about what happened between now and that time. So I'm going to do a little bit of that, but currently it is 2:33 p.m. January 11th. And I am in Lake Zurich. I'm on my hill right now, or Hawthorne Woods, technically. I'm on my hill right now. It's a little below freezing. It's like 29, 30 degrees. So you can probably see, I don't know if the camera picks up my breath, but it's pretty cold. And that converts to, I think, about like -1 degrees Celsius. Sorry if I'm wrong about that. And you can also hear like construction in the background, so not the most ideal place, but at least there's not much wind, so hopefully that shouldn't be an issue with this video. That's the most important thing. So I'll get started into the recap at what happened. So my last video, I pretty much talked about what I was going to be doing, what my plans were for the next semester, and that I was about to go to New York, because literally my last video, it was that day that I left. An hour after I filmed that video, I took a plane to New York from Illinois, from right here. So pretty much I saw my father. I visited New York to see my father. He lives in the mountains, so I saw him, which was really nice. Saw his dog. He got a new dog, I think like a year ago, and that was the first time I saw her. It is a German Shepherd, good hunting dog, very smart, very scared of me at first and barked at me a lot, and that intimidated me because it's like a big dog. But once I got to know her, she was cool with me, and she didn't bark at me anymore, and I like took her out and played fetch and stuff, and whenever you called her name, she'd come here, and really nice dog. I love that dog. So that was a really nice time in New York to see my father and my grandmother too. I saw both of them, and then the dog. I went in the woods a lot, shot some guns that my father owns, some BB guns, some guns, and all that stuff. I went in the woods a lot, took the dog up there, chainsawed some trees down, helped him with firewood for the winter, and then I went to New York City. So New York City was pretty interesting. Let me talk about that for a minute. So I went to all the main major attractions, like the Times Square, Twin Towers Memorial, Central Park, Wall Street, Statue of Liberty. I saw that. That was really cool. And a few other places. Just New York touristy stuff. And then I did go to a bar and I had my first drink. It was a Corona. It was $10 for a Corona, just a regular sized bottled Corona. Well, it was technically $8, but I gave him a $2 tip, my bartender, so I just gave him a $10 bill. And it was my first drink ever, so quick review on that. Not that great. Tastes a little, I don't know. Alcohol itself tastes pretty bad, honestly. And if you add it to beer, I still taste it, and it still tastes bad. I'd much rather drink like a lemonade or something rather than a beer. So I'm kind of glad I don't like it, you know. Obviously now I'm not going to be tempted to drink more if I don't like it. So, but it was good that I tried it, and it made it a little better that it was a hot day in New York, and it was a nice cold beer. So I drank it. It wasn't terrible. I did finish it, and felt nothing afterwards. I mean, I hadn't eaten for a while. I thought I would feel a little something like the effects alcohol does to you, not drunk, but you know, I thought I would feel something, but I really didn't feel anything. Maybe because I'm a big guy and one drink, even if I didn't have any food or anything in me. One drink wasn't going to do anything really. So I'm fine with that. So New York was fun. Took a train there from my dad's house. Took a train to New York City, like an hour and a half train ride, something like that, there, and then an hour and a half back. Spent all day there, really fun. Walked around everywhere. Took the subway a couple of times. Very confusing, the New York City subway. But the night before I went to the city, I studied the subway system and how to read it and all the icons and what they all meant. I've studied that for like 2 hours the night before, so I was pretty familiar with it and how everything works and everything. So I got around fine. Central Park is like miles long though. I thought I heard of Central Park before. It's a major thing in New York City, but it's like it takes miles long, so I was really surprised about that. But it was really fun. I got to walk there. I saw a bunch of street performers, beautiful views, nice day. I went on a nice day, made sure of that. So it was definitely worth it. New York City, pretty cool city. So yeah, that was my New York trip. And then I went back, and then I came back. So I was at New York for a week, and then I was at New York City for a day. So I just took one day out of my trip to visit my father to go to New York City. I went alone, just did everything I wanted to all day, came back late evening or late afternoon, and then spent the rest of the time with my father until I came back. So I came back the day before school started, and then it's getting pretty cold. I'm gonna put my hood up. Came back the day before school started, and then I had to quickly unpack everything, get everything in my car, go to my apartment on campus, unpack everything, get all ready for the next day, and then I was literally in class the next day. So very rushed, but I made it okay. I made it to my class on Monday. And this is the beginning of this previous semester, by the way. So yeah, I started my classes and everything went perfectly fine. I was very thankful that nothing like messed up, or everything went really smoothly, getting from New York back home, back to school, and then setting everything up, and then being at school on time the very next day in the morning. So I'm very happy for all that. My semester. So yeah, I went to school after New York, and then that was that whole semester. And then now I'm on break. I'm at the end of break. I start school again on Monday. It's Friday today, so I have like 3 more days, and then school starts on Monday. Except my classes actually start on Tuesday, because I don't have any Monday classes next semester. I'll get to that in a little while. So last semester went really well for me. I took 18 credit hours, 6 total classes, 3 credit hours each. And I got A's, solid A's in all of them except for one. I got a B+ in one class, which I'm fine about. Some of those classes were hard, nothing like the previous semester, but they were still pretty tough. I took a big course load, made sure to allocate my time okay, and then I got pretty lucky in a couple classes. A couple classes I was about to not get an A, but I pulled it off at the end, clutched up during final exams, and then got the A. So I'm really happy about that, but I did get a B+ in one of the classes. And that was a class I thought I was going to get an A in. It was derivatives. Classes I took were derivatives, treasury. Those are my 2 finance classes. And then accounting class. And then I took 2 like joke classes, philosophy and sociology. Not that they're joke classes, but for me, outside of my major, they were 100 level easy classes, so I did really well in both of those, easy A's. And then I took an ELC project where I was like pretty much a consultant for Caterpillar Inc. Incorporated. So those were my 6 classes, and I got A's in all of them, and then I got a B+ in derivatives. So I'm pretty happy with how that went. I don't know what GPA I got, but I currently have a 3.83 GPA, so it technically went up 0.03 GPA points. So I'm happy. Just below a 4.0 because of one stupid class, docking, or it was banking. That was the class's name. I got a C in. I talked about that in I think at least one other video. So yeah, I did well last semester, and I'm pretty happy with how everything went. So now that recaps, I think, everything in my last video. So in my last video, I also said I was like still getting over my ex. I was pretty much over her. I still talk to her a tiny bit. That's pretty much like, it's pretty much how it goes now. Like, I talk to her every once in a while, kind of like a "how have you been" type of thing, which is what I said in my last video I do, and that's kind of how I do it now. So it's like, I don't talk to her much. I'm over her. It's okay. And I actually met a new girl that I really like at the end of this last semester. There's a bit of an age gap between us, a couple years. She's older than me a little bit, but that's not a big deal to me. Good girl, very smart, very nice, and I like her, and I've been hanging out with her a lot. Not this break, because I live like an hour and a half away from her. I've only seen her once this break, but when I go back to school, I'll live closer to her. Only like 40 minutes, which is still a lot, but a lot less than an hour and a half. So we'll see each other more. There's a plane flying by. She's really nice. I like her. She likes me, so maybe I'll take things further. Maybe not. Still something I have to think about. Not sure yet. But that's pretty good that I met a girl finally, because I've been single without any girls in my life for over a year, and then I met her in November, late November, so that's always good. So that's a new update there, a new change that I'm enjoying currently. What else happened? I think that's everything that really. So I studied a lot last semester. I went to the gym a lot. Didn't really run a whole lot. Obviously, my last birthday, I ran a marathon, which I made a video about. I haven't really ran too much. Again, like the occasional mile, maybe the occasional mile or two once or twice a week during school on the track. So I haven't really ran much. I'm happy about. Gotta keep track on the time. Don't want this video to be too long, but so running, yeah, I'm taking it easy running, more lifting. Again, like my running phase, my long distance running phase is over for a while. I really still do enjoy running, but I also want to gain weight, like I said in my last video, so I'm not running super long distances anymore. The most I've ran, I think last semester, was like 5 or 6 miles at one time. That was the longest I've run. Usually they're about 2 or 3 miles is what I run, maybe sometimes even 1. Other than that, I've just been lifting weights a lot. Oh yeah, so my new apartment. Haven't talked about that yet because I haven't lived there in my last video, and now I have. So it's fun. My roommates are pretty cool guys. Don't talk to them a whole lot. We're mostly all busy doing stuff, but like, you know, I see them pretty much every day. Say hi to them, talk to them a little bit. They both like playing video games, so I've played a few video games with them before. One of them's really into video games, so he like sometimes plays Fortnite and stuff, and I watch him when I come home from school and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I can talk to them about that kind of stuff, but we're all like relatively clean people. Like, luckily they pick up after themselves, and that's what I was nervous about in the beginning before I even knew them, because I like things to be pretty clean for the most part, like the dishes to be done. I don't like a heaping pile of dishes in the sink, and luckily they know when to clean up when it's getting too high and stuff, and take the trash out and stuff, so they're not like total slobs or anything like that, which I'm really thankful for. So I've been getting along with them pretty well in that regard, and it's pretty nice. Like, they're nice people. One of them's in the army, so he sometimes leaves on the weekend, but they pretty much, and one of them usually, almost always actually, spends his night with his girlfriend, so I only see one of them, my roommates, at night, because the other one is gone pretty much every night, sleeps over at his girlfriend's place, so, who actually lives in the same apartment complex as us, so he just walks to her. Okay, that's pretty loud, but hopefully it's not too bad on the camera, on the microphone, but, so, it's nice. The apartment's good, pretty cheap, not big. My room's really small, but I get my own bathroom. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I cook for myself, which I really like because I was sick of being served the dorm food every day, every meal that I had last year. So now I can buy what I want, get my own food, cook what I want whenever I want. If it's 12 a.m., I can go in the kitchen and use my stove and cook whatever I want. Not that I do that, but I have the option to, and I couldn't do that when I was in a dorm. So it's just really nice to have more freedom with that kind of stuff, and I can get in as late as I want. I don't need to check in with anyone like I did in my dorm. I can just turn the key and I'm in my apartment. So it's really nice having all this freedom and being off campus too. I'm technically right outside of campus is where my apartment is, so I'm really happy how everything played out. So I just have one more semester with that apartment, and then I'm going to be moving somewhere else, hopefully getting a job. So that brings me to my future. So, well, let me just talk about this break. Pretty much this break was pretty simple. Didn't really do a whole lot. My break started, this winter break, it started like mid-December, and then it was like exactly a month, so probably like December 14th, and then I go back to, and then school starts on January 14th. So, I really haven't done a whole lot. I didn't work this break. I read a lot. Actually, I wrote down what I did. Sorry. I applied for jobs because after this semester I'll be needing to get a job in finance. So I applied for some jobs, wrote some cover letters. I actually did an online interview, a video interview with one company. I applied to 2 companies so far. I practiced. So there's a Excel exam review online that I did through my school, and it's for the Microsoft Excel expert certification that I'm going for. I already have my basic Excel certification. It's called the specialist certification. I'm trying to get my expert certification next semester at some point. So I studied for that like all of break. I completed the whole exam review guide and all the tutorial videos on how to do all the expert things that I need to know how to do for the exam. So I plan to be certified for my expert Excel at some point next semester. I studied for that, learned a few new songs on piano. I've been playing a lot of piano this break, read a couple books. I read a Michael Jordan book, as well as I read more of The Message, which is the Bible translation. And I pretty much just relaxed. That's really all I did. I went to Starbucks a lot. I studied at Starbucks. That was my go-to place to study. I went to a few different libraries, but I like studying at Starbucks for sure. I like the atmosphere a lot in that. Some kids are playing hockey down there. Other than that, my break has just really been relaxed. Oh yeah, I think I said in my last video maybe that I was thinking of going to Florida this break. Well, that didn't really work out. I just didn't have the motivation to. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of, obviously, money that I would need to pay. I didn't really have anyone I was going to go with that I really wanted to go with. So I just pretty much just didn't go. I was just going to go for a vacation, for 5 days or something in Miami Beach. And I was planning on doing that, but I kind of lost motivation to do that. I just wanted to stay at home and relax really for once, which is weird because I usually hate relaxing. And I kind of do still hate relaxing. I would much rather be in school working on stuff, or being at work working on stuff. But I never did go to Florida. I just didn't want to deal with all that and the hassle of planning everything out and where to go, what hotel to get, how much to pay, what to do, and make sure I get all my luggage ready. And there's just so much you need to do to go, and especially alone, where I would have to figure out everything myself and stay in a hotel by myself, which would be a lot cheaper if you rented a place with someone else in a 2-bedroom, or even a 1-bedroom, and one of us could sleep on the couch, save a bunch of money that way. So I just decided not to go. So and I'm fine with that. I do want to go on a vacation over the summer though, after school or something. Not sure where, maybe Florida, but so yeah, I didn't really go anywhere. I went back to my apartment once over the break. That's when I actually saw this girl I like. We met up at my apartment because her house is a lot closer to my apartment than my house is to her house. So I went to my apartment, made sure everything was situated there. I actually broke my blinds in my apartment. I was trying to pull them down, and the whole set of the blinds on the window snapped. Everything fell down. And now I'm probably going to have to pay a lot of money for that. So I'm going to contact our property management and tell them what happened. Hopefully they don't charge me because I didn't do anything wrong. I literally just pulled the string to close the blinds, and it's like cheap plastic that the blinds are made out of. So the whole thing broke, and I might have to pay a lot for that. So maybe I'll update you in the next video what happens with that. So those are broken. So yeah, I visited my apartment once over the semester for just a couple of days and saw the girl and studied, got my apartment situated, just did stuff in DeKalb, which is the city that it's located in. Just did stuff over there to take a break from this place, and plus I'm paying for the apartment, so may as well be in there a few days over this month. So other than that, I didn't really do anything this break. Nothing significant. I did get a 4x4 Rubik's Cube because I did want to learn to solve that, but I lost interest like immediately. I was trying to solve one side, and I know how to solve a side now of a 4x4, but trying to solve the whole thing, it's so many different steps, so much harder than a 3x3. So I'm just like, I don't want to learn this anymore. So I ditched that idea and mostly played piano. It's the main thing. Like I learned 2 songs. Well, I learned like a Christmas song, but then it was after Christmas, so I didn't learn the whole thing, and I got tired of it. So then I learned a new song, and this song's really cool. It is called, it's a classical piece. I don't even know. Something like Bianco? Louisville Bianco? Something like that. I don't know. But it's a really good song, beautiful song. I like to play it, and I haven't learned the whole thing yet, but I learned most of it so far. So I've been really enjoying that. And for my future, so I think that's everything for my present. So now to talk about my plans, my upcoming plans. So I have one more semester left at NIU, and then I graduate. I graduate in May, assuming I pass. Pretty sure I will. The classes I'm going to take this semester are only 4 classes. I technically only need to take 2 more classes to graduate, but I'm going to take a couple others because one of them I need for my honors, because I'm in the honors program, so I need a class for my honors program requirements to graduate, and that's going to be an independent study where I meet with a finance professor and we talk about a project I'm going to do through researching some kind of financial topic, and then I make a capstone project that's usually like about a 20-page, 30-page report, basically what I researched, what I learned, and all that kind of stuff, and then I hand it into the honors project at the end of the semester. So right before I graduate, I'll hand that in. So I'm taking 4 classes: the independent finance study, which I just said I would be doing. I'm taking international finance, I'm taking strategic management, and I'm taking an online class, which is like about computers, and it's like a joke class. I'm only taking it because it's an easy A. I don't even need it or anything else to graduate. All I need is two classes, a finance class and strategic management. That's all I need to graduate, but I'm taking honors class for my honors program because I want to, and I'm taking the online class because it's an easy A. Boost my GPA just a little bit more. May as well, right? So I'm pretty much sure I'm going to graduate magna cum laude, which is with high honors. It's not the highest. So it goes summa cum laude, which is highest, which is normally a 3.9 GPA to 4.0. I didn't get that, sadly, because of one class, banking, which I complained about a lot in my other video. And then in the middle bracket of graduating with a high GPA, it's magna cum laude, and that is a 3.75 GPA. Sounds like a helicopter. 3.75 GPA to 3.89 GPA, and that's what I'm going to get because I'm at a 3.83 GPA, so I'm going to get the middle honors, which is with high honors, magna cum laude. And then there's cum laude, and that's just with honors, and that's a 3.5 to a 3.74 GPA. So I'm in the middle section of graduating with honors. I'm in the middle part. And I was really aiming for the high part, but unfortunately I'm not going to make it because I got a C in one class, banking. So I'm stuck with being middle honors. And I'm right at the top of middle honors too. I have a 3.83 right now, and I'll probably graduate with like a 3.85 or a 3.86. So I'm really close to with high honors, which is summa cum laude, but I can't. I've done all the calculations. I can't make it. I would need so many more classes and credit hours and getting A's in all of those. It's not worth it. I would have to stay another year just to get with high honors. There's no way that'd ever be worth it. So I'm going to graduate magna cum laude with high honors instead of summa cum laude with highest honors. Hopefully that made sense. It's kind of confusing, and I don't think I explained it as well as I could have, but I'm still graduating with high honors, which is really good, so I'm still happy about that, but I could have graduated with highest honors. So I said my 4 classes. They're each 3 credit hours, so it will be 12 credit hours if I did the math correctly. I did 12 credit hours this semester, so there's someone down there, so hopefully he doesn't come up here, but that's basically what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, after that I'm going to be looking for a job, and after that job I'm going to be working out of school. I don't know what job I want yet, some finance position, so I don't know what exactly it'll be. Hopefully a financial analyst or some rotational program in finance, but something like that would be ideal. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. That's nice. So it's been going on for almost a half hour. I gotta wrap this up. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a job, and hopefully it's a job I'll like. That's really important. I don't have to love it, but I just don't have to hate it, pretty much. Get a decent salary, hopefully somewhere around $50,000 starting out. I applied to 2 places so far. I'm going to keep applying to places more and more as the semester goes on, because obviously I'll be getting desperate at that point. But you know, as long as I can get something I like and something that pays decently, something that I would further my career in, I'll be happy. So, and then I'll be out of school, hopefully move out on my own and enjoy life. I really don't know what to do after that. I guess work for a little while, get some money, get a better car, and then travel. I really want to travel, because look at this guy. Anyways, I hate those things. I don't even know where that came from. Probably blew on me. But yeah, I'll just travel some, see where I want to live, because I don't know where I want to live yet. Don't know what state. And I don't know. See what happens after there. I'm just focused on getting a job right now, and then I've been applying to 2 places, and they're both located like in Chicago, in the city. So I don't really want to work in Chicago, but you know, it's a huge financial center for businesses, huge anything center for businesses. So there are a lot of opportunities there. So I know, like, if I apply to some of those, I can probably get a job. So I'll probably just work in Chicago, maybe move close to Chicago so I can like drive there or take a quick train there. Not sure exactly, but I still have time to figure everything out. Anyways, I think that's everything. I'm going to wrap up this video. I plan to post again at the end of this semester after I graduate. I'll have my Bachelor's of Science in Finance degree. Hopefully by the time I upload my next video, I'll have that degree and I'll have a job at that point, and everything will be great. So a lot of stuff that I want to make sure happens by this time and the time of my next video. So I'm gonna really enjoy making my next video to see where I am and see what I've done and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, as I always do, I will show off the view. It is kind of cloudy. It doesn't look too great, but okay, good, it's still recording. I'm always scared that it doesn't record by accident. My last video, all of these trees were obviously like non-existent, or were very existent. They were flourishing very well, and now they're all dead because it's winter in Chicago and it is very cold. 30 minutes, okay, not too bad. Actually, that's pretty long, but it's okay. I had a lot to talk about. There it is, as always. Got your kids playing hockey down there. It's pretty cool. It's always good to see kids being active. And there's a train. Wow, good timing. I did not want to have to deal with talking over that train. So I'm gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully everyone is doing well. And there's a plane too. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video and I will see you in my next video. Wait, let's let this train go by. Actually, yeah, I may as well record it. That's kind of cool. It's really, really close to this train. These trains are terrible. They take forever. Freight trains. Around here, it's like a 5-10 minute wait for this train. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.